Hi guys, welcome back to Healthy with Nicole. In today's video, I want to share with you some of my new food additions. Welcome back, and I think that I have already talked a little bit about my transition away from the carnivore diet and into adding new foods. So now that my gut is healed and I have no more ulcerative colitis, after 2.5 years on the carnivore diet, I was ready to branch out. And so there are some specific foods that I have added and shifted in my diet a little bit. So I want to show you some of those foods today in case any of you are ready to now transition away from the carnivore diet as well. One of the biggest additions has been fruit, and this has been my favorite thing. But a really particular reason why I added fruit was for my thyroid health. And as you may know, that the thyroid conversion of T4 to T3, which our body mostly uses T3, it happens in the liver, but it only happens if we have glucose. So it requires glucose to make this conversion. So it's really important for thyroid health that we actually get glucose, which is the antithesis of the carnivore diet, especially if you follow it the zero carb format. Some carnivores add in honey, some carnivores add in certain forms of dairy, which would give your body a little bit of glucose, but whether it's enough or not remains to be seen. Check your thyroid to find out. But for me, I wanted to add more glucose in the form of mostly fruits, and I chose things like berries, nectarines, and peaches. Of course, this transition happened over the summer for me, so it was perfect timing to add in summer fruits. I had a lot of papaya, love papaya, but I would spend the first half of my day loading up on fruit with a little bit of protein added to help me to create that lift in my thyroid with enough glucose. Fruit is also very easy to digest as opposed to most vegetables, which humans really aren't designed to eat. As I've talked about in other videos, the danger of fiber to your gut. And so most vegetables are agriculturally driven, so they're not really naturally occurring. They require a lot of, water and pesticides. Even grown organically, they require a lot of fertilizer. So typically vegetables just don't feel very natural to the gut in our diet. So for me, I wanted easy to digest carbohydrate, which is going to be fruit. And so I typically will have fruit with yogurt first thing in the morning, and then maybe some eggs with some fruit again later in the day. And then I transition over to some things like cooked mushrooms and protein in my lunch and dinner. My protein has shifted a little bit as well. So instead of eating lots and lots of high fatty steaks, I've actually reduced my fat content a little bit. I still focus primarily on all saturated fats. I don't really want any polyunsaturated fatty acids, PUFAs, which are toxic. So that's going to come from nuts and seeds and other mostly plant sources. So I really avoid those, as well as omega-3 fatty acids. So I'm kind of sticking with warm water fish, seafood, grass-fed beef, and liver. Another thing that I found that I love are oysters. So I get them both fresh and bake them, or in this canned smoked version, which I love. And so this with cooked mushrooms is a common lunch for me. I also eat carrots. And so carrots are known to clear the gut from endotoxins. So you eat them raw and they will actually help to detoxify the gut. This is important because it helps to clear your exogenous estrogens from your body, which will accumulate and be reabsorbed in the colon. So it's super important to take those out as often as possible by adding in those raw carrots. So that's pretty much the only thing not pictured here, and a lot more seafood. So I probably do a 50-50 mix of lean beef or liver, and then seafood like fish, oysters, scallops, and things like this. So this is a little bit more picture of the typical day for me, and I'll go through a little bit more detail in each meal for you. But the whole idea here is to add more glucose to my diet to help my thyroid function better, and also to help clear the colon out of endotoxin as well as exogenous estrogens. So more to come on the details of this transition out of the carnivore diet for me, and it's been great. So thank you for staying tuned and all of your support. Very much appreciated. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and share it with someone who might find it useful. And I'll see you in the next video.